Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Joe Usual, and this is Last Plague Blight. This is a game that we played on the channel a while back. We live streamed the first season of this game. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do a season 2 because they had an update 2 weeks ago with quality of life changes, and the old saves don't work. So we're going to have to start over. I talked about this on the channel before. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy it. Those of you who know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what this game is about, it's a gritty survival game where you wake up and the world is covered in spots of blight, like a fog, like a green fog, and it's spreading. And you have to go and find the cure, and you have to get rid of these blight spots to save the world. Now it's already gotten rid of a lot of the population, but you are alive, and so are the druids. And the druids and you work together to cure the world of the blight. And so you have to go out, you have to find the cure, put it together, follow the clues, and then survive. And hopefully by the end of the game, you're going to be able to save your island. So that's what the game's about. Like I said, I have a season 1, and I'll put that down in the description, as well as where you can find this game on Steam. You can just look it up. So we're going to start a new game. What I really like that they did already in this quality of life update was that they put in a custom section where you can modify the world in general. Now I've already modified some of this so that we can make our lives a little bit easier throughout the rest of the updates, because the entire lore is not in the game right now. So we're going to go ahead and I want to explore their updates on a regular basis and without having to fight the blight as much. So I turned down the blight level to 1%. I turned down I think it starts at 2, so I turned it down to 1. So I cut almost everything in half that is difficult about the game to make it a little easier on us. The world blight growth level at 2.27 versus 0.5. The creature blight infection, I turned it down to 0.5 versus 1. The storm rate, I turned that down to 0.2 when it was like 0.5. The plant growth rate, I turned that up so that we can have faster growing trees and other plants, because it seemed like to me that it was hard to find things. They weren't growing back fast enough. Let's see. So let's see, what else did I do? I didn't do anything about that. I dropped my thirst and my hunger down by half, and the item decay rate factor down by half, because I think that, not having to hunt for food and water, that was really difficult back when we first played that first series. So it's going to be a lot easier on us, and things were breaking a lot faster than I liked. So you know what? You don't have to do that in your game, but that's what we did in ours. So let's go ahead and begin, and we'll see what we got. All right, another thing that they've added into the game is they added a female character. Now, there's no option for hair or faces at the moment, but they do have a placeholder here, and they're going to bring that in future update. So you can either play the male or you can play female. I'm going to play a male, and it's going to start us right away. So, okay, this looks like a really cool place. I was like, where am I going to put my base? And they gave me an island. Where are we at on the map? All right, so I started this recording several different times, and a couple of times that I started the recording, the island that's to our east was down in the southwest. So it is random. This is a random generated beginning to each game. So your game's going to be different than mine. And it looks like we're in a pretty good spot, I think. What you want to do is well, not really, because you want to be near a river, because that's where the clay is for the most part. We'll go around this little pond right here and see if there's clay around here. We might just put up a base camp at the moment, because in 2 days the druids are going to come, and they're going to send a raven and give us a message and show us where they're at. So we don't want to make a permanent base right now, but we're going to need to be around outcroppings, because that's where the metal is. But you want to be around rivers, because that's where the clay is for the most part. There is some around the lakes, but not a lot. So you want clay, you want metal, and also caves are nice, because that's where a lot of the really good metal is. So you're going to want to find caves. So like that's a rocky outcrop. That's where you're going to find the caves, is in the rocky outcrops. So let's go ahead and let's check this out. Let's see what we got. We might just put up a base camp today, and like I said, wait a couple of days and see what's going on with the druids. I'm going to pick up a small stone. By the way, you start off, you hit tab to get into your inventory with a bedroll, a knife, a hatchet, and then your backpack. This is a small backpack. You can make a bigger one later on. And 5 cured sausages. So we're going to have to boil water pretty quickly. This is actually a really decent spot, I think, to start, because the animals are going to start spawning in, and they're always going to be a problem. But if there's limited ways for them to get to me, that's even better. This might be a really good play, except for the Blight. The Blight's a little close for my tastes, and that might be an issue. Let's go over here and see if we can find a cave. Because if they gave me a cave too, that'd be amazing. But I don't think they did. I mean, it'd be too much to ask that they're going to give me a, you know, there's some clay right there. That's what clay looks like. So, but clay never comes back. So once you get it, it's gone. Oh, there's another clay patch. There's another clay patch. Okay, so that's really good. Clay's super important in this game. All right, well that's kind of cool. I don't see any metal, but that's limestone right here. Sandstone, I mean, not limestone. You have limestone. You have sandstone. You've got regular stone. And if you can find a cabin, you want to go ahead and go into the cabin and explore it. The cabin's not a bad place to live. We lived in a cabin in the last season, and I was really happy with it. So you can find a cabin near some water and near some clay. That's really a really good spot to be. All right, we're gonna grab this dogbane. Dogbane is what you use for rope, so I'm gonna grab a bunch of that because we need a lot of rope in this game. So start grabbing dogbane right off the bat. I am going to have to start a fire. We're going to have to get a rock, and we're going to have to make a pot to boil water in. We're going to need sticks. We're going to need other rocks. Be careful of the mushrooms because some mushrooms are poisonous. Some are good, you can eat. Some of them you can't, so be aware. And almost everything in this game has some sort of blight that is going to, you're going to have to cook it to cook out the blight. But it's still probably going to infect you, so be aware. You're going to have to find the recipe for the cure, and that the druids will get you on that path in like 2 days after you show up. So don't worry about it if you don't know what the cure is right away, because you're going to learn it as you go. So let's go ahead and grab this dogbane. You need a lot of rope in this game, guys. A lot of rope. Dogbane's super important, which is why I turned up the respawn on the plants, because like I said, when we first played this, it seemed like we were having to run around a lot. All right, so I think I think that's a good place for us to be. I don't want to go too far from the starting area because I think the druids are going to show up pretty close to the starting area. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of a hike for us, but we need to get ourselves food and water, get that situated. You can put in fish traps now. They're going to put fishing in the game later on. We didn't have that option before. So I'm going to run back to where we were. And I think we're just going to set up a camp like right there in that little peninsula. There's a rabbit. You're going to find that rabbits are going to spawn in wherever you put your snares down. We're going to put some snares down here in a little bit. I don't have a ton of room in my backpack, but that's okay. Because we can put in... we can put down piles on the ground. So I think, where's going to be a good spot? I don't really need too big of a spot to start my house. But if you don't have a cave and you don't have a cabin, you can always build your own thing. It doesn't really you don't have to worry about, finding a structure or a place to lay your head. But having a cave or having a cabin is definitely helpful. For sure. All right, well, I think we're going to plop our camp right here. This looks like a good spot to be fortified, or to fortify. So let's go ahead and grab the stick. All right, let's go ahead and let's go to B for build. And for a fire pit, we're going to need 10 stones. So right now, though, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go in my backpack, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to right-click. Where's the long stick? Right-click the long stick and go start stockpile. And you see these little 4 things right here? I'm going to go ahead. It has to be on fairly flat ground. Put a stockpile right here of long sticks. Now all the long sticks that I find, I can just put in the stockpile. And then we'll do the same thing for regular sticks. I'll put right here. So go back in here. And we'll go right click. And we'll go start stockpile. And just put that right there. I only have the 1 stick, but that's okay. Now it gets it out of my inventory. Same thing with the stones. We're going to do a stockpile for some stones. There's the big stones. And then we can go ahead, and I'll do it with little stones too. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to craft rope with these we're just going to do like this. We're going to make 20 plant rope with the dog bane that we picked up. Because we need, like I said, we need a lot of rope in this game. So we're just going to do that. So as soon as all this is done, guys, we'll come right back and we'll gather up some stones. We'll start a fire. And also, I forgot, you can go ahead and you can hit this little fast forward button and it'll do things a lot quicker. All right, so that's done. We got all that rope in our inventory now. Let's go ahead and I don't know if I can stockpile rope. I don't think I can. I can. Oh, we look good. That's great. And there's all our rope. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and grab a bunch more of these stones, and then we'll get a campfire started. Okay. Nope. Let's see here. I think if I pick this up, I might be able to make small stones. Maybe I can't make small stones with large stones. All right, well, never mind. Never mind. I thought I could make small stones with big stones. I guess I can't. I might need a hammer for that. It's been a while since we played this game, so I'm a little bit out of sorts, but I think it's pretty simple. I think I can remember everything. Anyway, let me get the rest of these little stones, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we have our stones. Let's go ahead and let's go to B for build. Also, you can also hit. Hold. Wait, no. What is it? What is it? I forget. What button was it? Oh, there it is. You hold down the Q button, and then you can go inventory, build, repair, craft, map, tasks, catalog, player actions, that sort of thing. So I'll go inventory. So we're going to go ahead and go right, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to build the fire pit. And I think I don't want to run into the fire pit, so I think I'll just put the fire pit right here. And then let's see, you can go ahead and hold shift, and then you can use your middle mouse button. And we'll just put that right there. There we go. And build it. And okay, that's good. And let's see, examine. And so we got ingredients for cooking, and then the cooking surface, which is going to be a pot for me for water. And we're right next to the water right now, which is nice. Tinder, you're going to need tinder. You're going to need kindling. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go craft. Let's see. Okay, so with 12 sticks and 4 rope, I can go ahead and make a fish trap. I think we're going to do that right away. That's actually super, super good. Let's go ahead and let's go here. And I'll go... I want 4 of those. Oh, it's 5. That's fine. Not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead and put a fish trap down right away. Where are you, buddy? Okay, I'll just go with, let's do this. Let's go fish trap. Hello. Huh. Okay. What's going on here? I don't understand why it won't let me. Oh, craft. Craft a fish trap. There we go. Not build, craft. Okay, so there we go. And we got that. And let's go ahead and pick this up. And then we can go ahead and place it right there. All right, remember the water is toxic to you, so you don't want to stay in the water for too long. So we got fish trap right. Activate the fish trap. What? Oh, it's active fish trap. Never mind. So we're gonna have to wait. I don't know. I've never used this before. This is a new addition, so I'm kind of excited about that. It's not too bad. It's 12 sticks and 4 rope. That's not terrible. Like I said, you need a lot of rope in this game. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna need to have to chop down some trees so we can make some firewood. So let's go ahead and let's go over here. I also want to make some snares for rabbits too. So we're gonna chop this. It's gonna take a while, but So if you use the right hand or the was it the greater than key, you can speed things up. All right, do that again. All right, so and we have pine branches. Oh, you know what? I forget what the. All right, hang on a second. Let me look up how you collect everything around you. Okay, so you hold down T and you pick up everything around you. That's what it is. That's right. All right, so everything around you in the area, you just pick it up until your backpack's full. That's what we're going to do. It's so much quicker than having to deal with anything else. So that's great. Let's see if... Let's go ahead and pick up this log. No, I can't pick it up. What? I can't just pick it up? What's going on? Let me go ahead and put these... Let's move this stuff around. There we go. See if I can pick it up now. There we go. Can I pick up more than one? No, just one. All right, so this is slow going, so bear with me. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead. I'll just pause it. I'll carry these logs over to camp, and then we'll get some firewood going because it's going to get dark here in a minute. All right, now that these guys are here, we're going to go ahead and we're just going to chop this into firewood. Same here. And same here. Now you can use these as a barrier. I'm not sure if that's going to keep the animals out anymore. They had an update a while back where you where I think that they were allowing the animals to come through the log barriers. You actually have to build a fence now, I think. Can I not place this stuff? What's going on here? Okay, I guess I can't. You know what? We'll just put the firewood, put this firewood in here then. Okay, so we'll add the fuel right there. Now we're gonna have to make kindling, so we're gonna split. Wait, hang on. Never mind. Use that as kindling, and then this is tinder. Oh wait, no, I got to make tinder, don't I? Right. Pine leaves, which is tinder, and sticks. Okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Now, you have a percentage chance to ignite it depending on your ignition source, the amount of kindling, and the amount of tinder you put in there. So, see how it went up to 75 there when I added that stick? You're only allowed a certain amount, though. Okay, there we go. It's still 75. I don't want to put that in there because I don't want to waste it. But if we had flint, it would actually be a higher chance of lighting the fire. I don't have anything to cook with right now, so right now what I want to do is let's go to build, and we're going to go items, and what I want is let's see, tools. I need consumption. I need a stone bowl, so I need one large stone and a small stone to make it. So let's go ahead and let's grab a big stone. Let's see, split item. I just want one. Come on. There we go. Because we need water, so and craft a stone bowl. Because we're gonna get dehydrated if we don't have that. So that's in our offhand. And we'll go ahead and we will fill our stone bowl with water. And then we'll go ahead and examine. Take the stone bowl, put that right there. And then we can go ahead and we can start this fire. If we can start the fire. If not, we'll have to use it'll use up our kindling and our tinder. Oh, it did. It worked really well. We got a 7-hour burn on this, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and let's do this, and we're going to boil the water. That's going to take 15 minutes. So we can just go out and go ahead and finish putting this stuff apart here. I know it didn't make much sense when I said that. The words are hard, I guess. Let's go ahead and put the long sticks in here. Add from inventory. Small stick pile here. All right, we got large stones. No, what about small stones? What's left with my small stones? We'll go like this. Sort of stockpile. Let's put this a little... where are we going to put this? A little easier for me to see here. That's good. Small stones there. For some reason, I can't do a stockpile on the firewood. I don't know what the deal is with that. There it is. All right. So, stockpile with firewood. We'll just put that right here for now. Right next to the fire. And then we can grab this. There we go. Okay. All right. So, I don't see any animals around here, but what I think I want to do is let's go ahead and grab one of these ropes right quick. So I was holding down the shift button when I dragged that, just so you know. I'm just going to grab one of them, and then I'm going to right click and go craft with and see if I can. I want a snare. So I need 3 plant ropes and 6 sticks for that, just for one, and we want several. So I'm going to grab all the rope and all the sticks and see what we can do there. Let's just go ahead and go here and just grab all of those. They go over in stacks of 5. Let's go ahead and put it, all right, and then 6. Okay, let's just transfer all of these. 4, 8, 12, 16. I mean, there we go. Let's go ahead and make... All right, we're going to create 2. I can only make 2 right now because I don't have enough sticks. All right, that's fine. Is that water done? It is. We're right click. We're going to drink. I'm going to drink all of it. And it didn't even get me all the way up to full. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to equip that. We're going to do that again. Fortunately, we're really close to the water. You don't want to drink. I don't think you. Oh, you can drink water out of the lake. You don't want to. You don't want to because it'll give you blight, and you don't want blight. All right, we'll boil that water again. All right, so I got 2 snares. I'm gonna go over here because I saw a rabbit on this hill. Yeah, see that rabbit right there on that hill? I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna plop. We're gonna place. Oh, it's got to be on flat ground. I guess that's considered flat ground. There we go. And let's see, we do the same thing here. Place that one right there. There we go. This clay right here is going to be really good for us whenever we get what we got to do. Whenever we have to do what we have to do. All right, I'm going to grab that stick. Start grabbing all the stuff that's laying around while we're waiting for that water to boil. We have food on our person. We have the 5 sausages, so I'm not worried about the food too much right now. But we definitely want to start getting a stockpile of stuff. And actually, I'm just going to start grabbing all the rest of this. Dogbane, sticks. There's another rabbit just went that way. Like I said, I haven't seen any aggressive animals like wolves or bears yet, but they will start to come into the area. The longer you're here, the more aggressive animals will start showing up. So be aware. Just because you think you're in a safe spot, you're not. And also that blight, there's a blueberry bush right there. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to worry about the blueberry bush right now, but blueberries are going to become super important later on in the game for food and hydration. Or they can be. All right, let's go ahead and head back because I don't hear that sizzle anymore. And then I want to check that fish trap and see if we have any fish. So, okay, so let's go ahead and drink the rest of this. All right, that got us almost all the way up. We're going to go ahead and equip this one more time. I'm going to do another batch of water. And once we start making the things that we need to be able to make pottery, we're going to be able to have much bigger containers for water. We don't have to worry about that later on. So what do we got here? Trapped creature. All right, so we got a bass. Let's go ahead and hang on. Let's go ahead and let's go right click, place. And hold down the shift button. Place that right there. We got a bass. Let's see what's going on with the bass, huh? First time I've ever seen this. Right click, craft with. We can make 2 bass meat with the knife. And my knife is only half durability right now, but we got to use it, so that's fine. Sweet, now we got food. Nice. That's nice and cool. And then we have to wait for this to get done before we can do this bass. But that'll be nice. That'll be good. Now, normally you're going to want a barrier or a protective area when you sleep because there will be animals roaming around. If there are any aggressive animals, then they can come and they can attack you. And the game will either wake you up or it won't let you go to sleep if you have aggressive animals in your area. So be aware that's a thing. I don't see any, so I think we're going to be safe to sleep tonight. And my energy level is super, super low right now. So I'm going to wait for it to get totally dark. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to pull this out into my main hand here. And I'm going to put this here. Put that there. Oh, no. Cooking surface is needed. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, if you put this in your inventory, the water will go away. So I'm just going to drink this. Oh, I can't. So I guess I'm going to have to dump it. Empty it. I hate to do that, but we need the cooking surface. So let's go ahead and cook it up. All right, 24 minutes on that. Let's walk over and see about this. About these traps. Active rabbit snare, active rabbit snare. Okay, so we don't have any rabbits in there yet. It's going to take a little bit for that to happen. Now, with the long sticks, we can make a spear. And it used to be you could only throw the spear. But they made it now to where you can actually stab with the spear, which is one of the things I asked them to do. I say I asked them to do it. I mean, I'm sure they watch my stuff because developers of indie games have a tendency to watch my stuff. So let's craft. Okay, I don't have a flint spear. Improvised spear right here. Let's go ahead and carve that. Okay, so now you can stab. You couldn't do that before. Now I can stab wolves when they come my way. You hold down the right mouse button. Oh, wait, no, wait. What the heck? Why can I not? Now I can't throw it? That's weird. That's super weird. You can't put it in the offhand either. Huh. All right, I'll have to figure that out, guys. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Let's go ahead and let's craft these ropes. All right. How long we got? We got 5 more minutes. All right, let's go ahead and... where's my small sticks? My small stick pile. Did I pick them all up? Oh, I did pick them all up. Yeah, that's right. I got to make a new one. Whenever you pick up a stockpile, it goes away because there's nothing in it, right? So... I just put that right there. That's fine. Since I use so many small sticks. And I'm actually going to go ahead and craft all that with that. All right. So that bass is done. Let's go ahead and grab that. It is 8.9. Can you see the green? It says 8.9. That is how much blight you're going to get from that. Now, there are items that you can, in the game later on that you can use to keep that blight away from you. But what we're going to do is am I hungry? I am hungry. We're going to eat that. Okay, see my hunger rate down there? It's in the bottom left-hand side of the screen. So I'm going to eat one, and that's going to give me, well, that's not a lot at all. Oh, I ate both of them. No, I didn't. Only ate one. Eat the other one. All right, so it did give me... Okay, I'm not seeing any blight, so let's go ahead. Can I put this out? Actually, you know what? I don't want to put it out. Let's go ahead and grab... I got to move this stuff. Actually, you know what we can do? We can put that in a stockpile right here. All our firewood stuff should be right there anyway. All right. Once we get boxes and more backpacks and things like that, all of this stuff will go in there. And the stockpiles won't be as necessary. All right, let's go ahead and go here. Go ahead and grab that. Oh, I still can't fit it. Oh, you know what? Hang on. Let's go ahead and let's drop that. I'm just going to drop it. Pick it up later. There we go. All right, so you can only use so much firewood at a time. So if I do that and pull 2 out, transfer it, then I can add fuel to the fire. You can only have so many hours in this fire. Otherwise, if you're wondering why you can't add fuel to the fire, you're adding too much, is what it is. But I can add this, and that'll be there for later. So I got 8 hours of burn time. It should keep all the animals away, but if it doesn't, then oh well. All right, let's go ahead and lie down. We'll sleep for the night. All right, you can estimate sunrise to be about 8 hours away. You need to sleep for 8 hours, and your fire is good for 8 hours if it doesn't rain. So we're going to sleep. So we're good. All right. Day 2, the blight continues to spread, and you are well rested. So we're going to get up. Now, you saw the blight over here in front of me. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how much it's spread. It probably hasn't spread that much because I turned it down quite a bit. Fire's still lit. Let's go ahead and let's... I'm going to go ahead and add this fuel to the fire. Now we've got another 3 hours. I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to try to keep this fire burning. You don't always have to, but sometimes keeping the fire going is a pain in the butt. I mean, trying to restart it, I should say, is a pain in the butt. So, what's this? You can chop the stump. Oh, wait. By the way, stumps can be used as an anvil. If you didn't know, I forgot about that. So we're going to leave this stump here. I don't want to chop it because I want to be able to use that. So let's grab this. I think I need to collect all this clay, and then we're going to go ahead and put the clay in a stockpile because I need to use that clay. And since we have so much close by, I think we may as well. Let's check our snares, see if we got a rabbit. Nope, not yet. Okay. I'm going to collect all this clay. Oh, control click. Yeah. So, the game is pretty good about moving you when you're collecting. So hold down collect or hold down control and left mouse. Sorry, left mouse button. I don't want dirt. I don't want dirt. I don't want dirt. I just want clay. Like I said, once you have clay, that's it. It's gone. So we're going to collect all this stuff. I'm going to need a lot. And I want to make bigger containers anyway. For water and whatnot. So it's super important that we have it. All right, it's going to be really good. This is a lot of clay. We have a lot of clay in this area that's really good for us. Normally it's on rivers, but maybe the developer changed that. But it's also kind of a random thing every time you start a new game. So be aware that your game's not going to be like mine. It'll be a little bit different. But that's nice. A little tiny bit of clay there. Just a little bit of clay right there. All right, let's go ahead and grab some more. Actually, how much do I have? Now, you know what? We're going to need all of that. You use a lot of clay in the beginning, for sure. Not so much later on, but to get all your material or all your tools and whatnot, like your pots for cooking and your pots for water and water storage. Yeah, there's some more over there when I need it. And I know I saw some over here. Yeah, here we go. Cool. Nice. We might actually just start this going right now. We're going to have to travel and find a new place to live as soon as the druids contact us, because I want to be close to the druids. And then, like I said, we don't have any metal here, so we're gonna have to work on getting metal, because we need tools, because our tools will wear out, and without metal tools, you're kind of screwed. So I'm gonna put this clay. I think I'm gonna build my clay stuff right here. So let's put our stockpile of clay right there. And then, since I have dirt, oh, I can't. I'm just going to, oh, I can't discard it? Yeah, I can. There we go. All right, because there's dirt everywhere. Mud is actually important, too. And there's mud right on the edge between the lake and the dirt. So, mud's super important. So I'm going to grab a bunch of mud, too. And you'll start to dig a hole, you'll notice. See, there's going to be a hole being dug. So there is some terraforming in this game. So be aware. It's a little bit of a voxel world. Although it's not really noticeable, but it is a voxel world. And I'm not holding anything on my keyboard right now. So you can just, once you start to collect, you can just collect all of it that you want. And as you can see, I can fill my entire backpack full of that. You can right-click this right quick. No, I can't do it while I'm collecting. That's fine. I need a bunch of mud. Looks like that's all I can carry. That's fine. See the hole right there? All right, so let's go ahead and let's go here. And we'll go ahead and go here. Right-click, stockpile, boom. All right. I'm going to need more mud too. So let me go ahead and just gather some more mud. And then as soon as I'm done with this, then we'll start working on our kiln. I forget what else it is. Maybe our charcoal. Yeah, and our oven. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We have everything we need here, so may as well. Okay, that's good. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the build section. Let's go to items, and let's go to construction. Mud mortar. You need 2 grams of mud and 1 gram of clay. So you need more mud than you have clay. So we can go ahead, we can make a bunch of mortar, because I'm going to need a bunch of mortar. So let's just do that. We'll just pick up, I'll pick up all the mud. And that was a shift click on that one. And then we need half that in clay. And I'll just grab whatever I have in clay. And then we'll go ahead and go out. We'll right click, craft with, and mud mortar right here. Mix all of it that we can. Okay, we had to drop it because we didn't have room. So, and that's fine. Actually, you know what I should do? I think I'm going to put that back. And that way I can pick all this up. Hold down T. There's another piece over here. And then mud mortar, stockpile, there. All right. And then let's go ahead and put the rest of this stuff down here. I don't need. Still have more room in my backpack. Rope. Sticks. And the twigs, I can stockpile that right there. Hopefully I don't forget, because it's kind of hard to see this pine leaves, but when you mouse over it, you can see it, so it should be okay. I'm going to be hungry in a minute. Let's see if we got any rabbits. This might be a bad place for these rabbit traps. I might want to pick those up and move them up the hill. Let's go ahead and pick these up and move them up the hill. I'll put them on top, see if that makes a difference. Actually, you know what? No, let's pick this up. I'm going to put them down here. Oh, God, that was hurtful. Wow, that fall damage was no joke. Usually when you put down traps, the rabbits show up. It's been my experience. It might not be the case, anymore, but that's how it was before. So we do have a fish trap, so they might have lowered the amount that your rabbit snares give. Because of the fish traps, possibly. Okay, so we have room for both of those. So now I should be able to make all of the all the mud mortar that I need. So we're gonna go ahead and go craft with mud mortar. No. Oh, I have more clay over there, but I'm gonna need to make. Okay, let's make a. What do we want to make? I'm gonna make one of each of these things, I think. So let's go ahead and let's make. We're gonna want an axe blade mold. Actually, let's do a clay bowl. Let's do a clay brick. Let's do a clay jar. Let's do a clay jug. I'm going to drop that because I don't have room. Bloop. There it is right there. So we're going to, and I'm going to, nope, hang on. I'm going to drop that. We're going to drop this. We're going to drop that. Okay, all these clay items are going to be... What else do I need? We're going to be fired eventually. A soft clay pot. We'll sculpt that. I'm just going with the things that I know I'm going to need right away. The resource pan is that's a prospector's pan, so you can actually prospect like I think it's copper and tin in the rivers. And so if you can't find any metal around you, you can use this resource pan to pan for copper and tin, I believe. I don't think you can do iron, but maybe you can. I think that's going to be good. Let's go ahead and make mortar. Just fast forward that. Okay. So is this all mortar? No. Let's go ahead and go here. Add all that. All right. So now that I'm going to put this down here. Drop that. Okay. So where's that brick at? Let me go ahead and pick that brick up. So this brick, let's go ahead and let's right click and craft with. Oh, wait a minute. All right. So let's go construction. Maybe it's mortar I have to use. It might be mortar I have to use. Let's go ahead and examine. Structures. All right, so there's a bloomery. You have to have one of the items that are required in your inventory before it'll allow you to place it. So let's see, the clay brick kiln. Charcoal pit. Small charcoal pit. I think we'll go with... I think it's a clay brick oven. I have to be able to fire these bricks first. No, I don't. No, I don't. This is for charcoal-infused smelting. Fire large clay objects. Okay, with a charcoal-fueled fire. So I'm going to have to make a charcoal pit first. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to make a small charcoal pile, and let's go ahead and let's place that guy right here. And, all right, there we go. And then I need 2 firewood and 10 sticks. So let me go ahead and place the rest of this stuff here. Put that away. And then take the rest of this mortar, and start a stockpile right here. All right. And then, let's see. Did it not? Oh, there it is. So I need 2 firewood and 10 sticks. So How are we doing on the fire, by the way? 1 hour left, huh? I only have 2 left, firewood or firewood wise, but that's okay. I have to chop down a tree. There's a couple trees right here. It'll be fine. And let's go ahead and... Oh, wait, hang on. Just add from inventory. Boop. There you go. And then 10... Is it 10 big sticks or just 10 sticks? 10 sticks. And 4, 8, 12. Okay. And then we get this charcoal working here. There we go. Build it. Now, we could have made a big one, but I just made a small one, and I'm going to need tinder and kindling to actually light this sucker. I have some mud on me. Let's go ahead and stockpile that. Okay. All right. So, I'll grab some of this. Grab some of that. Boop. Boop. 75% chance to ignite. Using 2 sticks to rub them together, which is kind of cool. Fast forward. There we go. All right, so it's lit. And there's a little smoky smoke coming off of that. That's great. So we got to wait for the charcoal to burn off, and then we can go ahead and we can actually I can probably start making the rest of this stuff in a bit. Let's go ahead and let's go. Let's see here. Let's grab this brick, and then craft. So I need soft clay to make the brick. Just regular soft clay to make these bricks. Hang on, let me grab some of this mud mortar out. I still have to fire those bricks, though, I think. But how am I going to fire them is the question. I forget. Kilns. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to have to wait on this charcoal anyway. And I got to remember how I fired this stuff off, which I'm going to do in the next episode. We're going to do we're going to fire off clay jars, clay pots, clay jugs. We're just, like I said, we're waiting for a couple of days until we get a message from the druids. They should be showing up here before too awful long. Let's go to J for journal right quick. And it says, find clues about potential anti-blight serum. Be on the lookout for clues about a potential anti-blight serum. You've heard whispers of the druids in a far-off land that know how to combat the blight. The stories talk about healing serums and fantastical elixirs that supposedly cure one's affliction entirely. If these tales are true, then there may be hope for humanity still. Yeah, you do know that there are a few hermits and occultists taking shelter in the secluded wilderness around your village before the blight. Perhaps they might know more about the druids if they are still alive. All right, so that's what we got to do. So yeah, I have all of this information here. I'll go over through that, and I'll figure it out, and then I'll be ready for you in the next episode. But in the meantime, guys, let me go and not have the sun in your eyes. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. As I always say, I'm my usual me, your usual you. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.